And I'll give the floor to the representative of Malaysia.
I join earlier speakers in thanking China for convening this open debate. My delegation associates itself with the statements by Singapore on behalf of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, and Venezuela on behalf of the Non-Aligned Movement. We also take this opportunity to thank the United Nations Secretary General, President of the General Assembly, President of ECOSOC, and President of the International Court of Justice for their views on the topic of today's debate. Mr. President, Malaysia firmly believes that all member states must remain united in our collective resolve to uphold and respect the purposes and principles of the UN as enshrined in the Charter. As prescribed in the Charter, the UN has been and remains at the forefront of various international and multilateral efforts to combat challenges and the maintenance of international peace and security. In its 73 years of existence, the global multilateral system underpinned by the UN has paved the way for great strides by member states in fields such as multilateral trade, socio-economic development, poverty eradication, promotion and protection of human rights, countering terrorism and violent extremism, including addressing environmental concerns. However, the evolving nature of the traditional threats and non-traditional security challenges faced by the UN threatens to undermine much of the gains achieved. Despite various efforts by the UN, it has not been successful in resolving some of the longest-standing issues to international peace and security. For example, the struggle of the people of Palestine for their self-determination remains unsolved for more than 7 decades. The longer self-determination, human rights, and the rule of law are denied to the Palestinians, the further we are collectively guilty of not fully respecting and upholding the UN Charter. The Security Council's approach to this issue still stands out as an example of selective inaction in implementing the purpose and principle of the Charter. Mr. President, Malaysia is a strong supporter of initiatives to the reform agenda in strengthening the UN. Although we recognize the challenges associated with the reform process, we strongly encourage all member states to work collectively to expedite the process in ensuring that the UN remains central to the multilateral architecture. For multilateral to be effective, Malaysia views that only a reformed and strengthened UN is the way forward. I thank you, Mr. President.
I thank the representative of Malaysia.